In the heart of the Renaissance, one man stood as a beacon of curiosity and science. His name is forever linked to discoveries that changed humanity's understanding of the universe. This man is Galileo Galilei, one of the greatest geniuses in history. But his life was more than a series of experiments and theories. It was a battle against the darkness of superstition, a commitment to the truth at the cost of his own freedom. In 1609, Galileo heard about a curious device, a telescope capable of magnifying distant objects. He did not invent it, but he was the first to perfect it for observing the heavens, a step that would forever change the history of astronomy. Galileo built a telescope that could magnify objects up to 30 times, and what he saw not only challenged conventional thinking, but questioned the very vision of the universe that humanity had held for millennia. His first great triumph was the observation of the moon. With his telescope, Galileo revealed that its surface was not smooth, as previously thought, but covered with mountains and craters. The moon was not a perfect and unchanging body, as Aristotle had claimed, but an imperfect world, much like our own. A few months later, Galileo's telescope allowed him to make a discovery that would forever change our understanding of the universe: 4 moons orbiting Jupiter: Io, Europa, Ganymede and Callisto. These celestial bodies, which did not revolve around the Earth, provided tangible proof that not all celestial bodies followed the geocentric model, where Earth was at the center of the universe. And he did not stop there. By observing the sun, Galileo discovered sunspots, showing that even the sun was not perfect, as ancient philosophers had believed. He also observed the phases of Venus, which revealed that the planet orbited the sun, not the Earth. But his defense of the Copernican theory, which placed the sun at the center of the universe and the Earth in motion, brought him into direct conflict with the Catholic Church. In 1632, Galileo published his famous dialogue concerning the 2 chief world systems, a work that firmly supported the heliocentric model. The Church, still adhering to the geocentric model, could not accept such claims. In 1633, Galileo was charged with heresy. His book was banned, and he was forced to retreat to a humble home under house arrest, where he spent his final years. His faith in science and progress never wavered, but the price was steep. But Galileo did not limit himself to astronomy. His mind was brimming with inventions and ideas. In 1582, observing a chandelier in a church, he noticed that it swung with a constant time, regardless of the swing's amplitude. This phenomenon, which he called isochronism, led him to realize the potential of pendulums as tools for measuring time with precision. In 1602, he refined the idea, creating the Galilean pendulum, which would play a key role in the development of modern clocks. Galileo was also a pioneer in other scientific fields. In 1593, he designed one of the first prototypes of a thermometer, a simple but ingenious device that used the expansion and contraction of water to measure temperature, paving the way for more precise instruments. His empirical approach to science, based on direct observations and experiments, made him one of the founding fathers of the modern scientific method. Galileo did not settle for theories. He sought proof, and this was his greatest legacy: the idea that truth can only be discovered through experience and experimentation. Although the Church condemned him over the centuries, his figure was gradually rehabilitated. In 1822, the Church lifted the ban on his books, and in 1992, Pope John Paul II publicly acknowledged the errors made during his trial. Galileo paved the way for scientists like Newton and Einstein, who would build on his discoveries to redefine physics and our understanding of the universe. His vision and courage broke down barriers and opened new doors to knowledge. At his core, Galileo knew that truth, even when uncomfortable, would always find a way, and as he sometimes said, "E pour si muove," and yet it moves. The Earth indeed continues to move, and with it our pursuit of knowledge. Galileo died in 1642, but his legacy lives on today, because science, like the sky he observed, is in constant motion. Subscribe to the channel and watch more interesting videos. Thank you.